Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Rachel Fiori, CEO of Masters of Self University. Welcome to this channel. I am introducing you officially to my Benson baby. Benson is my soul companion dog. He is just over 6 months old at this point. And he is having a hard time sitting here being recorded without chewing his toy. So I hope it's not too distracting while I introduce you to him. Benson is a Cane Corso, which is an Italian Mastiff. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about him and how he came into my life. And the first thing that I want to share is I have had soul companion dogs since I was about in my early 20s. I was probably 20 years old when I got my first soul companion dog. This is my third one. My last one was Mason. And if you want to read about Mason and oneness consciousness and the 20 universal ways of oneness, you can buy the book, Mason's Way, the 20 universal ways of oneness. But after Mason died, I knew that there would be another soul companion dog that would come in divine timing. I never know when the next one will come. I can tell you that their souls come to me first. So I knew, after so many months after Mason had passed and I was grieving his loss, I started to get communication from a soul, and I knew that it would be, this divine soul was going to be my next companion dog. And when they start to communicate with me, I never know how long after they communicate with me they'll come into my life. But I know that once they start communicating with me, it could be 2 years or less. And when this one started to communicate, he at some point told me what his name would be. Every soul companion dog that I have had, they tell me their names. I don't name them. They tell me what their name is going to be. And this guy, Benson, his name is a combination of Bentley and Mason, which makes Benson. One of our other dogs, who's a crazy psychotic lunatic, his name is Bentley. He's alive and still with us. It's Benson's brother. But it's a combination of Bentley and Mason, my last soul companion dog. And I knew that was a combination of a personality that was going to come forth. So when his soul started to come to me and communicate with me, it would come in meditation. It would come during times of the day that I was very still. It would come often at night when I was asleep in my dreams, energetically working with me, learning how to work with my energy, both of us getting to know each other on an energetic level very intimately, so that when we met in person, being to being, after he was born, that I would know it was him and he would know it was me. And it was also an energetic connection that is very important for the work that I do for people and this planet, part of my soul's mission. And Benson, my soul companion dogs, are actually a really intimate, key part of what I do for humans in spiritual, mental, emotional transformation as a spiritual leader. They not only help me energetically, but they help my clients. So they work with my clients energetically when they're moving through deep transformational processes, a lot of pain, healing from trauma, that kind of thing. So Benson is very interesting. He came and he was working with me for months, his soul. And after months of coming regularly, all of a sudden it disappeared and it felt very distant. And he wasn't really coming to me anymore. He wasn't coming to me to communicate or to work with our energies and get to know each other. He wasn't coming to me in my dreams anymore. I was like, that's interesting. And I just observe and stay in presence with it, one of the universal ways of oneness. And one day I realized, when I was getting all of these messages about the kind of dog, because that's given to me as well. What kind of dog? The breed is very important for the type of work that I do. Again, the breed is always given to me. I don't pick it. This is the next working soul companion that can handle what your mission is and be the best partner, the best companion, the best soulmate for me in this work. So all of that was being given to me, and I knew it was a Mastiff, and then I finally realized it was a Cane Corso specifically. But when there was a distance between the two of us, it dawned on me one day, I started to get these psychic hits of, search for a breeder, I have a lot of rescue animals. We have 6 animals altogether, 3 cats and 3 dogs. I've almost only ever owned rescue. I rescue a lot. But my last dog and this one had to be bred very well, because although this is a divine soul and he has a big mission for people, to help people energetically and emotionally, while he's here with me, he is also a dog. That's part of, we are divine souls having a human experience, and he's a divine soul having a canine experience while he's here. So the breed is very important, and being well bred is very important for a dog of this nature. Psychiatric Service Dog in training. So anyway, I realized when that communication came to a halt, oh my God, he's in his mother's belly. I realized his mother was pregnant. Now, I kind of didn't think he was going to come into my life for another year, maybe 2 years. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for it. I wanted an upgrade, a bigger house. We have 5 animals already. I didn't want to bring a dog that was going to be this massive. He could be anywhere from 130 to 150 pounds, full grown. So it was a little bit of a shock to me, but I always follow my guidance. I live my life that way. If they say it's time, if my higher soul says it's time, I trust the universe. I trust my higher soul. I better listen to it and do it right now. So I started looking for the right breeder. And the second I found the breeder online, I knew that's it. He's there. And that was it. I contacted the breeder and I moved forward with, and interestingly, the breeder had 0 puppies on the website. There was no sign of them having any puppies available, and they breed very irregularly, rarely. So when I emailed, I contacted, I knew the puppy was going to come. My next soul companion dog was going to come from this specific breeder. And I didn't know when, but I thought I had no more communication from the soul of Benson, because I realized the mom is pregnant with him. So I thought, okay, they have no puppies. Interesting. When he responded back to me, to my email, he informed me that they in fact did have a litter, and they didn't advertise it because he had back surgery. So the couple that breeds them, the husband had back surgery, and so they didn't do anything to advertise their puppies. And I always saw Benson as a black Cane Corso, which you can see here. He showed me what he looked like, and he was a male. And of course, his name was Benson. And we scheduled for me to drive up. It was about a 3.5-hour drive from where I live in Southern California. We scheduled Saturday for me to drive up to meet the puppy. And I knew that once I saw the puppy and I energetically connected to him in person, I would know if this puppy was Benson or if maybe the next litter would end up being Benson. I did not know 100% at all that I was going there to either get a puppy or not get a puppy. I knew I had to go meet the parents, the breeder. I had to be there in person. And again, the one male puppy that they had left of this litter, I would know when I was with him. So while I was driving there, I was finally, it was such a long drive, I was finally about 10 minutes away. And there was a car that pulled up right next to me in the lane and went right in front of me, and it just hovered right in front of me so I could read the license plate. And the license plate said yellow. With the color yellow, it just simply said yellow. And I took a deep breath and I started crying, because my Mason, my last soul companion dog, which is right here on the cover of my book, one of his nicknames was Yellow. And I knew about 10 minutes away from going to pick up Benson that Mason was there to tell me, this is him, Benson, it's Benson. So I started crying in the car, and I said, I guess it's him. Mason just told me that this puppy is Benson. And I got to the breeder, And I met the parents, and they had a bunch of dogs. I got to meet all of the dogs. I got to meet, there was one other puppy that was a female, and I met Benson, and as soon as he was in my energy, there was one look that he gave me, nose to nose, and he met my eyes, and he looked dead into my eyes, and I knew it was Benson. That was it. So I took him home, and we have been working together. I've been training him to be a service dog. We have been learning and working energetically together, and he is learning how and what to do with other people's energies when other people are in his presence. So there will be more videos on how he's working with people energetically, how his progress has been training since the time he was really little. I got him, he was about 22 pounds. He's around 73 pounds right now. He's just over 6 months. He grows very fast. He's a very big boy. But I will be giving more videos to explain what it is that he's doing energetically, his training progress, his socialization progress. That's really key for a Cane Corso. And you can see that this is what he does right here. This whole time that I've been talking, even though he's chewing a toy, he wants to be touching me, on top of me. He wants to lay on my lap. He wants to always be in touch, in contact. That is part of the breed, and it is energetically part of what he's here to do for me and for other people when he learns to work with other people. So I'll have more videos on that to come. So meet Benson. He has a big job to do in this world. Don't forget, if you like Benson, if you want to follow and hear more stories about Benson, make sure you subscribe. Give us a like. That always helps our channel to grow, of course. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.